In this tutorial, we will learn how to add and update specific needs and care arrangements in a child protection case. For all children who are separated, unaccompanied, or outside of parental care, it is a good idea to enter the care arrangement. At minimum, care arrangements should be created for unaccompanied children. Child protection caseworkers can create and update care arrangements once they have conducted their best interest assessment or BIA. At a minimum, details of the current care arrangement should be entered. Historical care arrangements may also be useful where the child has a lack of continuity of care. Even when children are registered with their current caregiver, this record is useful to collect details of the care arrangement that are needed for BIAs and BIDs, such as how long the child has been in the care arrangement, how the placement occurred, and if it is formalized. Caseworkers should create a care arrangement after they have conducted a BIA for the child so that they have the necessary information to create the record. There is a basic option and an advanced option. For the basic option, care arrangements are usually only required for unaccompanied children. Separated children should be registered in the same registration group as their relatives, so can be assumed to be in kinship care. If other children need to be removed from the care of their parents, it is also possible to create care arrangements for them in order to keep track of this. For the advanced option, care arrangements are generally only required for unaccompanied and separated children. If other children need to be removed from the care of their parents, it is also possible to create care arrangements for them and keep track of it. Multiple care arrangement records can be created for a child in order to track their history of care as well, which is especially useful when a child may have had several different caregivers. In general, it should only be necessary to create a care arrangement for the child's current care arrangement. If a child has changed caregiver, however, caseworkers should update the existing care arrangement record by changing the field in current care arrangement to no and entering a care arrangement end date. Caseworkers can then create a new care arrangement record to reflect the current situation. If a child has a very complicated care history, caseworkers may also consider creating historical care arrangement records. For updating specific needs, the SPN entity is accessible under the CP module in the ribbon of the Child Protection Case page. It will take the caseworkers back to the registration module, as SPNs are recorded at the individual entity. Once the caseworkers have completed the child protection case and related records, for example, BIA, BID, care arrangement, they should then update the specific needs and correct the category, subcategory, status, and assessment type if necessary. If the SPN category is correct, caseworkers can simply update the subcategory and SPN status and set the assessment type to specialist. If the SPN category is incorrect, it is better to change the SPN status to no longer valid if the situation of the child has changed or if the SPN was wrongly recorded. The caseworker can then create a new SPN record with assessment type set to specialist. If the caseworker does not have the rights to change existing specific needs, they should create new, correct ones and use the email link function to alert the user that created the initial SPN record to deactivate theirs. Once you have completed your assessment, you should update specific needs and care arrangement. From the ribbon at the top, you will click Add, and you will see here that you have care arrangements and specific needs. To update the care arrangement, click Care Arrangement here. A window will pop up where you can select whether this is a current care arrangement or not and specify the care arrangement type. You will need to enter these two fields before you can move on. If the care arrangement you wish to enter is the child's present care arrangement, choose Yes. You should normally start with the current care arrangement and then add additional previous care arrangements later where relevant. Here, you will include what type of care arrangement this is. There are a number of options here and you should select the most appropriate description. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will select kinship care. Once selected, click OK. Now you will see that under care arrangements and specific needs, your care arrangement has been added. Double-click to open the care arrangement so that you can add further information. Here, you will need to enter the start date or estimated date that the care arrangement began. You will do this by using the calendar and selecting the date. If you are entering a historical care arrangement, you will also need to enter the end date here. As we are saying that this is the child's current care arrangement, I will leave it as the start date only. Over here, you will need to answer whether the care arrangement has been formalized or not. You can select yes or no. This is where you will indicate if it has been formalized by the relevant national authorities or another agreed formalization process in your country. I will click yes. Then, for the caregiver and care arrangement details, you will need to enter all information that you may have on hand. Enter the identity of the caregiver. If the caregiver is registered in proGres, use the Registered Caregiver field above. If the caregiver is not registered, use the caregiver as relative and create or add a relative record. You can do this in the same way as described in updating parent and caregiver information. Down below, you are able to add further information. Here you can include any additional narrative information about the care arrangement using the caregiver details, using the care arrangement details, using the care arrangement description. If you are busy working on this and intend to add some more details, you can click Save to make sure you don't lose your progress. However, if you have completed updating these care arrangement details, you can click Save and Close. You will then return to the child protection case, and now we can update specific needs codes. In order to update the SPN, we again go to the ribbon above, click Add, and you will see the option to update specific need. Remember that SPN are often created before a CP case is created, so you may have to update these or at least distinguish the care arrangements you create from those created at registration. Registration is a unique opportunity for UNHCR, government and partner staff to meet and identify children at risk or who may need child protection support. Registration staff should use SPN to flag cases for child protection review. The CR, Child at Risk, and SC, Unaccompanied or Separated Children codes will act as flags for review by Child Protection. Child Protection focal points should check registered cases on a daily or weekly basis and screen children with a specific need pending review that require Child Protection case management. Where there is an urgent case detected at registration, it is better to use the referral entity. When updating a SPN, if you have the rights, you can update an existing specific need that may have been entered by registration or others. If you do not have the rights and the specific need is incorrect, you should use the email link to request that the relevant colleague deactivate their specific need and enter a new specific need with the correct information. This should be done according to the standard operating procedures. Once you've completed your assessment, you will be better equipped to update the specific need. Here, you are able to update or create a new specific need. First, you will need to choose the appropriate SPN category. You can do this by clicking and entering or searching and being able to select from a pre-populated and standard list. For the purposes of this tutorial, we'll choose Child at Risk. You are also able to create a subcategory. For example, here I will put Child at Risk of Not Attending School as my subcategory. Over here, You will have a default to valid, but this can be changed to pending review or no longer valid. You will also need to select an assessment type. Here, you should choose the assessment type Specialist. You can also update existing SPNs created at registration if you agree with the entry. The important thing is to mark that this specific need is created by someone who has advanced training in child protection, hence Specialist. On the right-hand side, you will have these fields assessed by. Over here, you will be able to include the organization name. This can also be UNHCR, and the name of the caseworker who has assessed the specific need. Once you have finished, you should click Save, and to close this, you can go Save and Close. Then you will return to your child protection case.